Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. Um, this is the last video here in my little series on what's going on here with me, and I want to talk about a sensitive topic, which is death. So if that doesn't turn your boat or you don't want to hear about that, now is a good time, I guess, to click off because that's what I'm going to be talking about here in this video. And I've been around the prepper sphere online for a long time, well over 10 years. I was a lurker at first. I was part of different groups and boards and um, started on YouTube, watched YouTube prepping videos long before I ever thought about doing a channel of my own. And now, I'm years into the channel that I've put together here for you guys. And there's always been this fantasy that people want the system to collapse. When is it going to go? When is it going to collapse? It needs, the apocalypse needs to start already. I'm ready to go. They don't have the concept of how many people are going to perish if that happens. And we're not talking about people running around with guns in the streets and sort of, you know, a broad stroke of violence. Yes, that would happen in a collapse. But just the amount of people that have some type of medical emergency or medical ailment is going to literally kill millions of people, and it's going to kill millions of people quick. If there was no modern medical system, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now. I would have went into sepsis and I would have died, plain and simple. And I don't think people look at it from that angle. I don't think preppers look at it from that angle. They look at it more like somebody's going to come and, rape, pillage, steal, rob. And I'm not saying that that can't happen. But what about the people that are out away from the cities and stuff that have a medical emergency like I did? Like I said in another video, I live out in the country. I live away from, what you would consider large population centers and stuff. And when I went in with my medical emergency, the first thing they did was they took me to the city because that's where the medical care is. And these type of fantasies, I think, are putting people at a disadvantage. There is all kinds of people are reassured by some of the preps that they've got, but there's certain things that are beyond what those preps can provide. And the big one now, everybody talks about the antibiotic cases that you can order and you can get and stuff. They will work for small things, but if you have something that's a big thing, that's like putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound. It goes well. There's so many things that happen every day that go well past the ability of those products to help you. They might sustain you for a little bit, but eventually, you're not going to make it even with those products because you need what exists in the medical system. Now the medical system's got all kinds of problems. Is it perfect? Hell no, it's not perfect. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen shortages. I've seen staff shortages. I've seen shortages on material, things like IVs, common medication, while I was hospitalized. And now I have to go in and have a major surgery. So, all this is weighing on my mind. But if I don't have this surgery, eventually it's going to go again, and it might be a bad situation out, and I might not be able to get the help. So I am persevering to get the surgery and taking it one day at a time to hopefully correct myself before anything would happen. Because, like I said, that system that everybody wants to collapse sustains a lot of people. And a lot of people think that they're going to go out with a bang when they might go out with a whimper. That's actually a saying somewhere, but I just thought I wanted to mention that. But the thought of loved ones dying and being there to watch that over and over again, that takes a toll on you. Now, I've watched many people die. And some of them, some of them at a very young age, including my wife is included in that. She watched a family member pass away at a very young age. Those things don't really go away, and once you've witnessed death like that up close and to people you love, you understand the seriousness. You know, when people kind of talk about they're running around in the woods and guns and holding off the bad guys and all that other stuff. Makes for a good movie, but in real life, that's not how it happens. Um, people people just die sometimes. That's just the way that life works, and I don't want the system to collapse. Would I like to see things in the system change? Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. But the thought of these medical emergencies claiming millions of lives if there would be some type of national grid failure or some type of sneak attack or some type of war that would break out, something that would happen with our supplier countries with the medical stuff that we need here. There's a lot of Americans and there's a lot of people in the Western world that depend on that stuff. So and it's just not stuff you can go up to the grocery store or to the pharmacy and just get. These are complex medications. These are complex medical tools that require a certain amount of expertise to use. And since I've been in this situation, I've often thought, what would surgery look like in an SHTF situation? They're doing it for traumas in Ukraine right now, but I'll guarantee you they don't have the supplies and the manpower and the stuff that they think that they could use what we would have over here. But the population is just so much higher over here than what it is over there, even in that war zone. And to see the large cities and stuff, just the people, without even bringing the violence and that kind of stuff into it, just the people with medical problems that would die would just be astronomical. And it's just something I don't think people think about much. But anyways, modern refugee, I know this is kind of a dark topic, but I think it's one that needed to be talked about. And I think people need to look at it a little bit different way. It's guns and bullets and stuff are fine, but violence isn't the only thing stalking you. There's a lot of natural causes and natural diseases and a lot of things that people might have in their own body right now that they didn't even know they had, like me, that are widow makers. So anyway, keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your thoughts, that there are many, many things that can go wrong in an SHTF with people's longevity. This is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. I hope you guys get something out of this video here, something to think about as always. You guys take care out there.